In this video, I'm going to go over the paper and pencil packets, which are an extremely important portion of our course. They're packets that you're going to download and work on with actual paper and pencil in your calculator, and then you'll submit them to me for grading. So let's go over these in great detail because they're worth a lot of points. In this particular semester that I'm making this video, they're worth 250 points, so 25% of the course grade. That might alter slightly for whatever semester you happen to be taking this course in. All right, so again, as always, your paper and pencil packets should be done entirely by you. You should not use any part of anybody else's packet. That includes sharing too much information about the packets on the discussion boards. See the academic honesty policy for repercussions. Now, when I say discussion boards, it's not that you can't talk about them on the discussion boards. People say, hey, I'm struggling with number 5. What you don't want to say is reply back to that person and say, well, here's the answer for number 5. That's not good. But you could say, the notes on this page really help with number 5, or look at this problem here for number 5, that kind of thing. That's totally okay. So I don't want you to not talk about them on the discussion boards, but I want you to be mindful that you can't just give answers. All right, now the basic process for the paper and pencil packets is very similar to that of for computer project number 2. So you're going to MyMathLab, you're going to Course Tools and Document Sharing, and you're going to download the file. Then you're going to print that file on your printer, and then you're going to work on and write on the paper copy using pen and pencil. You must make sure that when you do this, that what you write is complete and legible. It has to be in order. It has to be very clean and clearly written with all mistakes whited out or fully erased. You can do it in pencil, but if you're going to do it in pencil, make sure you press darkly on the page, press really hard, so that way it shows up nicely. And you're probably going to scan them. Most of you will probably scan them, and they will definitely be scanned back to you. So therefore, make sure that you are writing cleanly and clearly, and make sure everything is in the correct order. If it's too faint or too messy, I can't read it. If it's illegible, you don't get any credit. Straight up, that's how it is. So make sure that you are writing as nicely and neatly as possible. Do not type the packets. I mean, the point of it is for you to be working paper and pencil just like you would on an exam. Since you don't have your computer available to you on the exams, that's not appropriate prep work for the exam to be doing that on the paper and pencil packets. So they are not typed. They are written by hand by you. You're going to show all work where appropriate to receive full credit. As in most math classes, you have to show work to show your process and so on. And then you can submit based on the instructions below. So before I get down there, let me go back up here and show how to download the file. So I'm here on, let me go back to the main menu, Course Home, and then I would go to Course Tools. And remember, you don't see all of these ones down here, but you'll see those top 3. And you'll click on Document Sharing and click on, let's say, Paper and Pencil Packet 1 is the only one available currently. So you'll click on that. You'll click on the link and you will download the file. So it'll ask you, do you want to download? Your computer will have different protocols depending on your security for your computer. But you want to click on that, you want to download it, and then you're going to print it. There it is. And then you're going to print this packet. This particular one is 7 pages. So you're going to print these 7 pages and you are going to work on them by hand. Then you will submit them to me. So you will fill out every single one of these pages. You'll do them to the very, very best of your ability. Get help from each other, get help from tutors, get everything you need to get these done as well as you can, because they are really, really preparing you for your exams in this course, for the midterm and the final. A lot of the questions, not all of them, but a lot of them look very similar to your paper and pencil packet questions. Now the other ones are blank right now, but there will be packets submitted in there eventually. So start off with just printing off the first one, and then as they come due, I will post more of them. All right, so then let's go back to how you submit it. So you have, just like with the computer project number 2, you have 2 options. Computer project number 1, if you'll recall, is an Excel file, so that can only be uploaded in MyMathLab, you're done. Computer project number 2, however, you have a couple options, and the same is true for these paper and pencil packets. So you can scan and upload, or you can submit the physical documents. Those are your 2 options. Now to scan and upload, you have to make scans of your papers and upload them under Course Tools document sharing. So that would be here. Make sure that you are clicked on the correct area. So if you want to submit under paper and pencil packet number 1, it should be a black ink there as opposed to blue, and it should have a little arrow next to it, and it should say right down here, paper and pencil packet number 1. You click upload document. You want to upload for the instructor only. Do not submit to the entire class. Otherwise, you could be running into the academic honesty policy issues again. You click choose file. I'm just going to choose a random file. It doesn't really matter what I choose, right? And then I'm going to upload that document. And then I'm going to say what it is. So I'm going to say paper, actually I abbreviate these PP, paper and pencil packet number 1 for, and then my name is Jane Smith because I am student Jane Smith, for example. And then I would add that entry. And then it will upload it. And I'll be able to see it right here. And it says it's for the instructor only. It has not been downloaded yet. The owner is, well, it's me, but in your case, it'll show your name and so on. Okay? I'm going to delete that right now, though, because I don't really want that in there. All right. So that is submitting them through scanning and uploading. Now, when you submit them this way, first of all, make sure it's in the correct area. That was the, oh no, I have to bring that back. 1 second. There we go, under document sharing, right here. These are the categories. So I guess maybe I could say under the correct category in MyMathLab. Maybe that'll make it a little bit clearer. So the correct category. If it's not submitted in the correct category area, I'm just going to say category area, that'll be, it will receive a 0. So make sure you're submitting, because I batch download, so it needs to be in the correct area, otherwise it won't get graded. Okay? What you don't want to be is up here at the top with the arrow up there at the top. That's not appropriate. So you want to make sure you're clicked on the correct area for your submission. And it's called a category, document sharing category. Your scans must be complete and legible. If it's too faint and I cannot read it, then you will not get credit for it. Simple as that. You need your file to be a PDF. No JPEGs, no P-scans, none of that. It needs to be a PDF. You can do that with several free apps that are available for your phone if you do not own a scanner at your house. That's fine. You can also scan them at places like Office Max and things like that. Also, the Extension Campus centers will scan them for you. So Lenawee, Hillsdale, North Campus, they will actually just scan them for you if you desire. So if you bring it in, ask them to scan it very nicely. Hopefully they have the time. If they have the time, they'll scan it for you and email it to me. So that works well too. One thing to note when you upload is that there cannot be any symbols at all in the file name. So when you're in your file name, when you're naming your file, you don't want to put pretty much anything in there except your name and what it is, and that's it. Don't put pound signs, don't put whatever, none of that, right? Because if you do, it won't submit appropriately. I get emails all the time from people telling me MyMathLab is broken, and the answer is it's not broken. They had the pound symbol in the middle of their file name, something like that. It will not work. Now the other option, if you don't want to do the whole scanning thing, is to submit the actual physical documents to me. And you can do that one of two ways. You can bring it to my office, just shove it on my door if I'm not there, or you can come in and say hi if I am there and meet me. That's always nice. So if you don't come to Central Campus, if you don't want to do that, that's totally fine. You can send it to me through campus mail from the extension centers, or like I said before, they can actually scan it for me and email it to me. And then you don't have to be bothered. You can actually keep the physical original. So whichever one of those methods is the one you like, that's fine. There, I just rearranged the order just a little bit, but it didn't change what I was saying earlier. The scans must be complete and legible in order to receive credit. You must scan it in a PDF form because it must be printable by me. It must be submitted by the due date under the correct category area in under document sharing, on MyMathLab. I'll add that to the computer project as well. If they are not in the correct category area, they will receive a 0. And don't forget that symbols are no good for submitting online. And I cannot stress enough how important these packets are. They are really a great tool for learning, to make sure that you really understand what's going on. But they're not the only thing. So having a tutor basically do it all for you will not help, because you will not be able to pass your exams if you don't truly understand how the processes and concepts are working in these problems. So pay super close attention to these paper and pencil packets. They're worth way more than the My Math Lab homework is on its own. So please be aware of that, and be aware I give it a lot of points for a reason, because it's really important for your understanding. And of course, if you have questions about any of this, you may post them on the discussion board and earn some points for it too. All right, I'll see you online, and I will also see you in the next video.